All right, hey guys, this is Ferny Ceballos. Okay, we are live. Welcome to our daily dose of awesome. Your live 15 minutes of daily motivation, inspiration, and education, so you can get your day started right. Today's topic may be a little controversial, actually quite a bit controversial, especially if you happen to be in the network marketing or direct sales space. But this also applies to some online programs I've seen. The topic of today's daily dose of awesome is, let me pull it up, how to know if your network marketing company is legit and ethical. That means not a pyramid scheme. Now, this may shock you, what I'm about to share with you, but hopefully you see it as something that's going to help you in your business. Now, my name is Ferny Ceballos. I'm a lead generation and online marketing expert specializing in helping home business owners, including network marketers, direct sellers, affiliate marketers, and online marketers, multiply their incomes using the internet. I've been involved in the network marketing space for a very long time, in direct selling, and now in online marketing. I've done 6 and or 7 figures in all those industries. So now let me get to the topic and why I want to address this, and I want to make sure I can actually see your comments here. Let's make sure I'm live. There we go. Okay, looks like I'm live, so I'm gonna just monitor your comments as they come in. There we go. Okay, looks like I'm live. So you just probably heard that right there. All right. So why do I want to address this topic? Well, the first thing is that there was a recent ruling about a month ago where the FTC and Herbalife settled a lawsuit or some sort of investigation. And I actually talked about that in a podcast and went a little deep as to the possible ramifications of that, what Herbalife agreed to, etc. It's been posted recently on this page. If you're on our fan page, you can pretty much, after this video is done, you can scroll down and listen to the podcast, and I talk about the exact things Herbalife agreed to. Now, those things are not, as of yet, required of all network marketing companies. This is specific to just Herbalife. But it is important to kind of dive into that. First, I wanna share something with you, because there's a little bit of nuance. Just because a company may technically be illegal or not following the rules exactly to the letter of the FTC, doesn't mean it's a scam. And I want to create that distinction, because a scam is when somebody or a group of people are intentionally trying to defraud you and take your money and not give you an opportunity to succeed or make a return on your investment. For me, that's a scam. Something that's illegal sometimes can fall into the unintentional, meaning somebody creates a program or a company or whatever, and they put certain things in place that the government may not like. Now, in this industry, in the network marketing industry, you can argue whether certain things that different companies do are illegal or against the FTC rules, and that's essentially kind of like what I want to get at here. But I want to speak to it on some things that are obvious, that you can pretty much potentially guard against, so that you don't fall into this trap. And also, if you're going to be spending, I don't want to be negative, but if you're going to be spending, your career, the next few years at least, and potentially the rest of your life, if you do really well, dependent on a network marketing income, then you want to make sure that you're aligned with a company that minimizes risk. There's no guarantees, obviously. All you can hope for is minimizing risk, but there's some pretty big red flags. First, I actually went to the FTC website. I knew this already, but I wanted to make sure to be absolutely accurate, because I wanted to define the difference between a pyramid scheme and a legitimate network marketing company. And I'm not going to talk about Ponzi schemes, because Ponzi schemes have to do with just investing, like Bernie Madoff and all that stuff. Pyramid scheme is you basically, the definition according to the FTC is you get paid based on how many people you recruit. So it has nothing to do with selling per se. You're selling the opportunity, but you're basically paid on how many people you recruit. So that's the big definition of a pyramid scheme. A network marketing company, your income is based on sales volume, mostly of sales made to the public. So that's the FTC defining that. So now, just by that, you may be thinking about like what company you're involved in, and where does your company fall into that? Because this is especially true because one of the big trends over the past 10 years, or even past 15 years in network marketing companies, is to have something called auto ship. So auto ship is it's basically a program where you can sign up to have products automatically delivered to you on a monthly basis, because the assumption is you're going to need them on a monthly basis because you're going to run out. But what some companies have actually done, and this is where you get into the nuance, where a company is trying to stabilize income and they're trying to give you the best shot possible, but they're unintentionally creating legal problems potentially with the government. And so, hey, what's up, Dr. Bob? What's up, man? I'm just looking at Dagmar. What's up? Awesome. So good to have you guys here. So an auto ship, where people get in trouble, or where companies get in trouble, is where they make it a requirement, where it's actually required in order you get paid that you actually be consuming on auto ship, regardless of whether you need it or not. And this is a big point, because I read another kind of key indicator with the FTC as to what determines whether a company is operating illegally or not. It says you're forced to buy other things you don't want or need just to stay in good standing with the company. This is on the FTC website. So to me, a forced auto ship would probably fall under that statute right there. And so, and that was one of the things that came out of the Herbalife thing. They basically did away with auto ship. You can't force people to be on auto ship as part of the business. Now, an easy and part of the ruling was also that Herbalife has to have at least 60. Any distributor who wants to get paid has to have over 60% of their volume, basically be coming from public sales, retail sales to people that are not distributors or not actively building. And so that's a big one. So now this is just Herbalife, but if you were to just kind of put your company or your business under that same type of scrutiny, you'd probably find that most network marketing companies don't do that. In fact, they basically have just their distributors be their sole customers themselves, and then recruit more people to do the same. And that's where you get into trouble. That's where where a legitimate network marketing company basically morphs into an illegal pyramid scheme, is when you only have people on auto ship. The majority of retail sales are being or not even the majority of sales are coming from personal consumption, and you're just recruiting more people. So now, definition of a pyramid scheme, based on how many people you recruit. So if you are sticking to the auto ship concept and you are telling people not even worry about retailing, then and then you're just recruiting and building a downline, building organization, that's where you morph a network marketing company into an illegal pyramid scheme without really intending it to, because your point was to stabilize income. That was the idea. And so I just want to, oh shoot, is this, no, it's live. Okay, good. Someone said that my screen was frozen. And so that's where you run into trouble, and that's when when companies require certain things of their distributors, it becomes a problem. But it's also a training problem. You have to be able to train your distributors on how to actually generate customers. And so the good news is that there's a blog post linked in the description where I actually talk about some training, some insight that my friend Lisa Grossman, a 7-figure earner in network marketing, shared with me on how she basically creates an insane retention, up to 90% retention within the first 6 months of somebody joining the business. The way she does that is basically she creates a very simple process that's doable for anybody on how to actually generate customers. So the first action for a new rep in her organization is not to recruit Uncle Bob or whatever, because she knows that's going to take some training and some priming, and doesn't jump the gun on that. Instead, what she does is she teaches people how to basically generate 10 customers, within a week. And the process is so stupid simple, it'll shock you. So those of you who have struggled to get customers, that's great training. Those of you who want to train your people on how to generate customers, that's great training. What it also does is it solves this whole dilemma as to whether you're operating legally or not. Regardless of your company rules, if you're able to pull this off, you're even if the Herbalife stuff becomes law across the industry next week, you're pretty much set because you've been able to abide by those rules and teach your downline how to do that as well. So go check that out, that article. Now, I don't want to make this just about network marketing because the direct sales industry is much bigger. In fact, direct sales includes all types of stuff. It includes high ticket programs. It includes timeshares. It includes even affiliate programs and other stuff like that. But I wanna address some of the other types of opportunities because they're also subject to these statutes here with the FTC. And so, for instance, high ticket direct sales programs. Now, intention is everything here, or maybe not everything, but it's a big part of it. And there's over the years, and I've admittedly, this is my big confession, I participated in some high ticket direct sales programs and done pretty well. The problem, as I reflect back on those years, was that people were being recruited. People were buying into these big packages, 5,000, 15,000, 30,000 packages, and the reason they were buying at that level wasn't because of the value they were getting. So they weren't buying that level into that company because of the coaching and the mentorship and the events that they were going to get. They were sold and bought and therefore made the decision to buy into that program because they were promised they could probably make more commissions on per sale that they refer. And so this happened for a very long time, and this is where I'm a little fuzzy about the legality, but for me it's actually more of an ethical issue. When you're selling something and people are investing $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to buy into it, I think the primary reason why somebody invests in something like that should be because of the tangible value they're receiving for that payment. Now, if that program happens to also include an affiliate program where they can refer other people at that level and earn an income, great. But the way you avoid issues with FTC, but also just from an ethical standpoint, is that people are actually getting value at the price that they paid, regardless of whether they choose to promote it as a business opportunity. And so that's, for me, that a lot of direct sales programs do this as well, and I think it's unethical, in my opinion. And probably if the FTC investigated that, it would probably be considered illegal as well. But hey, this industry, this direct sales industry, has kind of skirted by under the radar, even establishing headquarters in foreign countries to avoid this type of regulation. But it doesn't necessarily have to just be high ticket direct sales programs. There's also these these small ticket online programs. For example, there was a traffic exchange that was recently shut down called Traffic Monsoon, and they got wiped out by the FTC, and they were deemed to be an illegal pyramid scheme. Why? Because they basically did the auto ship thing. Their product was supposedly traffic, right? That's the product they're retailing to the public, but it turned out no one was actually selling traffic to the public. The only people buying the traffic packages were the distributors, who were then reselling the opportunity along with more traffic packages and so on and so forth, thus creating that illegal pyramid scheme, much like you would with an auto ship. And so you got to be very careful when you're involved in these programs. Can you make money? Yes. Are they scams? That's where it's, I don't know. Like, it's up to you. If you consider something that's illegal a scam, then it's a scam. But do people make money? Is it relatively simple to make money with these programs if you know what you're doing? Yeah. But are they going to be around for a while? No. They pretty much fizzle out for that same reason, because they offer no tangible value to the public aside from recruiting more people. So again, that's what you have to keep an eye out for any type of online programs or opportunities. And in order to just kind of play it safe, just make the rule of thumb be, is this opportunity focused on selling a tangible product that people in the public or a certain market want to have? And if that's the case, and if people are buying it, great. And if there's training on how to buy it, fantastic. And that's pretty much what you should focus on moving forward when you get involved in different types of programs. Are they leading with product, or are they hyping up the opportunity so much you pretty much forget what the product is, and the product becomes inconsequential? So that's it for today, guys. If you want to know, regardless of your situation, if you want to be a pioneer in your network marketing company and create a solid retail business not just with you, but be able to duplicate that retail business. One, you're not going to need as many distributors to produce as much volume, and you're actually probably going to make more money as a result, because most of your volume is not dependent on any one distributor. It's dependent on customers. So happy to take any questions, guys, but go check out the link above. Read that article. It's meaty content. Again, it was all stuff I kind of swiped from Lisa Grossman because I thought it was brilliant. And then if you want to learn more about how to actually build a brand in any niche, whether it be online marketing, internet marketing, in the health and wellness niche, if it's something you want to attach to the product that your company offers, then you can actually create an online presence, so you can actually create retail sales as well. So go check out the article, and then you can you'll see a link so you can learn more about building a following, building a brand, so you can make more sales, effortlessly on autopilot. That's it, guys. Any questions before I go, or else I'm gone? There's almost 30 people on the line, so I want to make sure I got you guys, and I know there's a delay, so I'm gonna just shut up for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Thanks, Jonas. What's up, Cynthia? Thanks, Lorenzo. Vince Reed, he's on. What's up, Duddy? Great info. Thank you, Kathy. Really appreciate it. Hope this was educational for you guys. This is actually not something that's really talked about too much. It's kind of like that pink elephant that's invisible in the room, that most distributors don't know about, but I'm pretty sure this is in the back of the minds of a lot of top earners as they build and start kind of having this internal ethical struggle with themselves, because they know there's something off about what they're doing. So thank you, Liz. Thank you, Rose. Awesome, Chris. All right, this is a wrap. This is Daily Dose of Awesome for today. We will see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everybody.